know that the DV Visa Lottery program selects 56% more people as potential winners than available visas? The reason is quite simple. Majority of the selectees do not follow the various criteria and requirements set forth in the program. To avoid possible mistakes in your visa lottery journey, this video will show you the next steps to follow after being selected. That is, 1. How to confirm your eligibility and qualifications so you don't waste your time and money. 2. What to expect when filling out the DS-260 alien registration application form. And 3. Document needed to support your submission of the DS-260 form. This is DN2L. Let's get rolling. The Diversity Immigrant Visa Program, also known as the Green Card Lottery, makes available up to 55,000 visas annually. A computer makes a random selection of all entries to individuals who are from countries with low rates of immigration into the USA. This is important because your country of eligibility will also determine if you will fulfill one of the DV program's requirements, confirming your eligibility. You must be a native of a country with low rate of immigration into the USA. If you are selected but not a native of a country that is not eligible, you might be able to qualify if 1. Your spouse is a native of a country that is eligible, or in some instances, through a parent's country of birth. Be prepared to establish a valid claim and provide documentary proof of your eligibility. Requirement number 2. You must meet the education or work requirements to qualify for the DV program. It's an either-or kind of situation. For education requirement, you must have completed a high school education or its equivalent. This is defined as a successful completion of a 12-year course of formal education, which includes elementary plus secondary education. Note, however, that only formal education meets the requirement. GED is not acceptable. Documentary proof is required to satisfy this condition as well. If you do not qualify based on your education, you may, however, qualify based on your work experience. The DV Lottery program uses the U.S. Department of Labor's database to determine qualifying experiences. You must know that not all jobs on this website qualify for the DV program. To qualify based on work experience, you must, within the past 5 years, have 2 years of working experience in an occupation classified in specific vocational preparation range or SVP of 7.0 or higher from this website. To confirm if your current occupation will qualify you, let's head on to the website. Go to onetonline.org on your internet browser. Click Find Occupation, then select Job Family from the drop-down. In our instance, we'll be using engineering. Browse Job Family, make your selection, then click on Go. Click on the link for the specific occupation. Select the tab Job Zone to find their designated job zone number and specific vocational preparation rating range, and the SVP rating should be 7.0 or higher. Requirement number 3. Recently, the Department of State Regulation required all entrants to provide a valid passport number at the time of registering for the DV program. If you did not provide any passport details at the time of registration, you may qualify based on 3 exemptions provided by the DV program. These include 1. Stateless individual, that is someone with no state, literally. 2. Nationals of communist-controlled country. You must be able to provide evidence that indeed your government did not want to issue you with a passport. And 3. Beneficiaries of individual waivers, that is, if you have received a DS-232 or Form I-193 approved by the USCIS, or documents showing you have a refugee status. Point to note, you should consider not pursuing a DV application if you listed a false or invalid passport number on your DV entry. Also, if you selected an exemption from the passport requirement and you did not meet that exemption, don't bother applying for the DV application. And 3, any fees you pay for the visa application will also not be refunded. After confirming that indeed you qualify to pursue your DV lottery visa application, it's now time to submit your DS-260 alien registration form. That's very nice and exciting. Few things to take note before we head to the website. Find a suitable location within your home or office with a quiet background with no possible interruptions from people. Gather all necessary documents into a physical file or folder before beginning the process. This will make your life very much easy during the application process online. Documents you should have handy in your folder include your DV confirmation letter, passport for you and your spouse and children if any, birth certificate, previous travel itinerary details, education certificate, list of current and past residential addresses, past and present spouse details, all employment details such as address and duration of work period. It's important to note that you shouldn't try to complete this form on a phone or a tablet. Use a laptop or a desktop computer with good internet connectivity. Make sure you do not leave the website idle for more than 20 minutes. Save your progress before moving on to the next page. Read all instructions carefully, if possible twice, before completing the various fields within the form. If you are not too sure about something, get a trusted person who is versed in English or understands form instructions to assist you. Complete this form in English only. Do not assume or guess answers, not very cool. Do not falsify information. Only true and accurate answers are required to complete these forms. Do not jeopardize this and future opportunities for you and your family. Now that you have all the pro tips out of the way, let's get this done. Use the latest version of Internet Explorer or Google Chrome to access this website. Enter the website details in the address bar of the browser. Click on the DS-260 link. Click Continue. Enter your case number. Click Continue. Principal applicant's last name or surname. Date of birth. Select applicant. If a lawyer or a third-party agent will be completing on your behalf, select the appropriate representative. Enter security characters in the space below and click Continue. This is a sample form for informational purposes only. Ensure you follow the live website's details to complete your form. There may be some few updates, but pertinent information and sections are likely to remain the same as seen on the sample page. The form is broken down in various sections, which include 1. Personal information section. This is the section you will enter all personal details of yourself. The details must match information on your passport as well. This section, marked with Help, will clarify certain terms as you fill out the form online. So make sure you pay attention to this section marked with Help. 2. Addresses and phone numbers. In this section, you will provide your present and previous addresses, that is, mailing and permanent address, and phone numbers. Also, social media information. This is new. If your social media sites have cringe-worthy media information on it, please do the needful before completing this section. Very important. 3. Family. This section is where you will provide information concerning your parents, that's your mom and dad, previous spouse and present spouse information as well. and children information if applicable. 4. Previous US travel information. If you have never traveled outside the US, this should be easy. If yes, complete this section accordingly. 5. Work, education, training. This is where you provide all pertinent information concerning your present and past work and also your education. Complete additional information section as necessary. 6. In the petitioner section, complete this as appropriate. Refer to the help section for more clarity. 7. Security background. This section encompasses all questions and details regarding medical and health, criminal background, security, immigration law and violations, and more related miscellaneous security questions. 8. Social security. This section is about social security in USA, not your country's social security details. If you never had one, please answer accordingly. Also, you can refer to the help section to get more clarity as needed. Sign and submit. Review details in this section carefully, and if possible, review the entire form again before appending your electronic signature. Submit your application and print the confirmation page for your records. After the Kentucky Consular Center receives and processes the DS-260 application form, they will send you instructions explaining how to scan and email the document and any required translations to them. Your interview will not be scheduled until you submit scanned copies of all required supporting documents, so act fast once you get the instructions from KCC. No slacking. Do not mail any of these documents to the Kentucky Consular Center. All paper documents and correspondence mailed to the KCC, guess what, will be destroyed. Civil and personal documents may differ from country to country. Make sure you follow all instructions received from KCC. 1. Birth certificate. Each applicant must submit a birth certificate which contains details such as your date of birth, your place of birth, and names of both parents. 2. Court records and prison records. If you have been convicted of a crime, you must submit a certified copy of each court record and any prison record, regardless of the fact that you may have been subsequently benefited from amnesty, pardon, or other acts of clemency. 3. Military records. If you served in the military forces of any country, you must submit a copy of your military records. 4. Police certificate. All applicants 16 years or older must submit a police certificate that meet the following guidelines. The report must cover the entire period of the applicant's residence in that area. 2. It must also be issued by the appropriate police authority. And finally, a photocopy of a valid passport biometric data page. Important, do not send your original passport to KCC. You definitely need this document to travel, so please, no playing around. Let's wrap up. There you have it, new DV lottery selectees and future hopefuls. Once you submit this application and its supporting documents, start gathering funds for necessary visas and medical fees. If you're an individual, the cost is very manageable. However, if you have a family, it can be very expensive. So start early to avoid hurdles along the way, especially before you are scheduled for an interview. In the next video, I will touch on how to prepare for the interview process. What happens after you are approved and granted a visa? Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful, you know what to do. Until next time, stay safe and do your thing.